Greetings, Good Life Nation, and welcome to another exciting Tuesday night call. Matt Landau, your president here.
Mark Seaforth, your CEO and founder, and tonight we got some really good stuff to share. We're going to be talking about how to build your business, and we've got some good announcements to share with you. And a lot of cool stuff to show everybody.
Yeah, what I like about tonight is it's a training, but in the course of the training, we're going to be showing you guys so much new and exciting things that we've rolled out and incredible aspects. So this is going to be we've got some screen share materials we want to be sharing with you. And Mark and I are going to kind of take some time doing some training and also just kind of showing you what you have, what we've been able to give you guys in the past few days. Exciting stuff. So we're going to jump into that. But first, I wanted to just run through our events. Okay. That's the best way, like we always talk about, best way to get out there and really start to share the good life. This Thursday here at headquarters, we are going to be having a live event. Going to be an exciting special guest.
Oh yeah.
Well, we can't. you got to come. You got to come if you want to see. But guys, this is going to be a really, really exciting event. It's going to be at 8 o'clock. Live event here at headquarters.
Right.
We're going to start, ask you to be here about 15 minutes early.
Well, one person we know is going to be here is Rob Baker's going to be here for a fact. That's one of our special guests, but he'll be here for a fact. Maybe one other too as a little surprise, but actually having Rob here, to talk about, everything we've done with all of our travel enhancements and his background and experience, it should be fun.
Well, and to be able to walk through the presentation and to have Rob on the product side and be kind of jumping in and talking about all the great aspects of the product side.
Yeah. Can we do a little drawing, maybe a Cancun giveaway?
I think we should.
Let's do that. Everybody, so bring your guest, and what we'll do is anybody that has a guest, we'll throw them into a little hat, and we'll have a drawing. So your guests have a chance to win a free trip to Cancun. So, everybody go grab a guest and bring them.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, I love when you do that. When the camera's rolling, you decide to just suggest new things.
Seems like a good idea.
So if you'll notice, I wrote it down because I was hearing it for the first time. But it's a great idea. So absolutely. Want you to bring guests so they can hear it firsthand, and also you guys come and listen and really absorb the new presentation, because it really is exciting.
And something everybody can use themselves now going forward, which is great.
Yep. So that's this Thursday. The next scheduled event we have is Atlanta. So and we're actually we tried to get that Dave & Buster's location. I'm not sure that we're going to get that exact same location.
I hope you do. That was nice. But if not, we'll be somewhere else in that area.
It will be in Atlanta on the 24th. And so we're going to really start getting the word out and building the excitement, because every time we go back, we want it to be bigger and bigger. And
hey, I had a lot of IBOs promise me. They said, you come back, I'm going to have 10 guests. I'm going to have 10 guests. I had a lot of people said they'll have at least 10 guests. So I like that. So.
Absolutely. And so talking about events and scheduled events, we are, part of what we're going to show you guys tonight as part of the enhancements and other aspects is the calendar feature. So that calendar feature is in the back office. In just a few minutes, we're going to show you in our demo what that looks like, and we're going to start filling that up. And what we want to do is we want to fill your calendar for the rest of the year. We're going to put some miles on this old dog.
I'm going to be hitting the road, traveling all of the United States this year and launching all these cities that we don't even exist in anywhere. I mean, that's what's so great about the Good Life is we're really such a young company that every place we go, it's people know what we're talking about.
We've never been there.
And that's, to me, is always the best place to be when nobody really knows about you. When the whole world knows you exist, well, that's great for the company, but the opportunity is diminished a little bit. So now's the time you want to take advantage of it when people are still saying, what's the Good Life? What is that about?
Yeah, especially with all the great new stuff that we have, the presentation, and of course, what we're going to be showing you here tonight, guys. So I want to jump into that. And once we do that training and kind of presentation piece, we're going to do our cash grab. Someone's going to make some money tonight just for tuning in and working and getting in their hat in the ring here.
Yep.
And then that's going to be, I think that's going to be exciting stuff right there.
I'm ready to get started. You want to jump in?
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to do a little screen share here, folks. So let's get this up for you. And we're going to get started. I guess I need to go here, right? Here we go.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Now we hit play here, so you just see the beginning. All right. Are we ready? I think you're going to start this thing, right? Yourself?
What do we got here first?
Well, what do we got? Okay. Oh, what is this?
Wow, guys. Okay, so here's something that's incredibly exciting. Obviously, we've changed the way that you do business, the way that you earn and qualify here at Good Life, and that's of course through CV and PCV specifically. And so everybody's really starting to get a grasp on it, what that means. I mean, it's really such a simple, easy story to tell. But what we wanted to do is give you a tool in your back office that you could look at any given time, and you can track your PCV.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
because everybody knows, hey, you need 50 to qualify each month, and it's not that hard. And walk them through what each gauge stands for.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool because this is all real time, right?
And this was Joey's idea. He said, it should be like a gauge.
Yeah.
Like, let's get a cool visual here so people can look and know right away if you're red, which means you're not there yet.
Yeah. Or
you're green and you're in the money. So it's as simple as it could be. So the center one, the biggest one we wanted you to see first, that's your PCV total. So when you hit that 50 and you're in that green, you know that you're earning.
Yeah.
All right. But you're going to want to know, where is that PCV generated from? Mm-hmm. And so what we wanted to do was give you little sub gauges that, we'll walk you through it. So starting from the left, you've got your own PCV, which of course can come from your platinum subscription that you have for yourselves.
Wholesale shopping
network and consumption of those products. And so that's really exciting. You've got the PCV of the IBOs.
Right, that's all your new enrollments.
All your new enrollments
that become IBO Platinum subscribers.
Right. Remember that first month, that IBO Platinum subscriber, you get the PCV in that month.
Right.
So how exciting! That's really, really cool to see that. And for all you builders, that's gonna be a big number every time. Let's see. We have our PCV subs.
Yeah, that's our subscribers. So obviously, that's all your customers. Everybody, it's a platinum customer that you've got. Now that creates that's a monthly residual. So you have one platinum subscriber. Well, that creates 25 in PCV for you every month in and month out. It's not like you got to go find a new one. It's repeating itself every month. So obviously, if you've got your own subscription and you have just one customer, you've already qualified for everything.
Yeah. So what I like about this is it's exciting because it shows you when you qualify. That's really important. But it really just shows you how far you are and how much you're building. It gives you a real gauge of how much green. So I love that.
A lot of green would be good. And the last one?
More green. So that's the PCV that you're generating on the VIP card usage.
Right.
And so, of course, you guys understand we've talked about that. And as those cards get used, gets maxed out, percentage goes to your PCV.
All right.
And let's also, going back to that first gauge, your self-consumption of the PCV, the wholesale shopping network. Mm-hmm. We were talking about that before, and I know that there's some questions about how much PCV does that generate. And quite simply, when you go and you purchase those products, you're gonna your final retail, your final price,
your purchase price, not the retail price. Your purchase price is 10%.
10%.
So if you're buying something that's $100, you just got $10 in PCV. And obviously, remember, that's what you get to help qualify, but it's also generating commissions that everybody's earning money on. So when you're looking at this tracker, remember, the more that everybody has, the more you're going to be making, because obviously you're making money from the VIP cards, you're making it from the subscriptions, you're making it from the shopping network, you're making it from all these different methods of actually earning income. So these are just all products that people are consuming that you're getting paid on.
Yeah, no, and I love this because it really does, it visually represents where you are at any given time.
Yeah.
And so I think this is really part of that great new mindset and part of that great new kind of.
What's nice? Now we're just adding the fun stuff, the bells and the whistles now.
Yeah.
And we've actually created the product, an amazing product. And now we're just adding the bells and whistles. It kind of makes it fun, and so you can kind of see, what your business is all about.
Well, literally, we built the engine. Now here are the gauges.
What have we got next here? Oh, wait a minute. Did we want to get into this yet, or are we going to get into the?
Why don't we go through? Let's go through some of the other cool stuff.
Okay, let's wait a minute. It's not there. The shopping network. No, it's not in the right order. Okay, let's see. Now, how can I do this? I guess it's hard to jump through it. You know what? I guess we'll have to go back to the shopping network because the order this is in.
Guys, what I want to show you, and we're going to jump in. We might as well jump on this now. But I'm excited to show you the wholesale shopping network. You can see what it looks like, and the IBO store. Those are in place. So
this thing was just running so perfectly, so smoothly, and the slides aren't the right way.
I mean, that's our way. That's our way.
It's like last night we raced in here. Come on, it's time. We gotta put this down.
Nothing should go perfect.
That's right. We wouldn't know what to do. Everything went perfect, would we?
Well, what's perfect is this.
This is exciting. Okay. Yeah, this is something that's really important to everybody, because everybody's been asking the question about what happens in the Philippines when I go in there. How do I get into the Philippines? What happens when I get in the Philippines? How do I earn my money? Mm-hmm. And this might look a little confusing to you, but it's actually very, very simple. What we created here is something that's very unique and very different. You know, again, we've always been kind of cutting edge with our whole concept of how we build and everything. Well, this is just one more thing that kind of sets us apart from everybody. What you're looking at is two ways that you can go into any country. You know, through a direct enrollment, which means you know somebody in that country that you put in, and the indirect is what you don't know somebody. So let's look at the direct enrollment first, okay? That's where, and that's the side over here, we're looking at the blue. So let's imagine, if you would, that you're the letter J, okay, in this example on the left here in the United States. And you know somebody in the Philippines. And you go and you put that person, you contact them and say, hey, I know you want to get involved, you want to start building in the Philippines, so you contact, you give them your IBO number, and guess what? The moment that happens, you are carried automatically into the Philippines. That goes over the right side. You see yourself down here is J, and you see PH there. That's the person you brought in. But here's what happens. This is a cool thing, because this is going to happen for everybody across the board. Imagine this. What if you weren't J? What if you were A in this example? Okay? Well, before, what was going to happen is, you know, unless you went and got involved in the Philippines, you weren't a part of it. But we looked at this and said, you know what? We want people to be able to get the quick pays and earn the coded bonus and all those things in the Philippines, not just the team tree bonus money. So what we did is we decided to create what we call a 5-up. And what that means is, and that'll be a term you'll be hearing a lot, 5-up. Very simply, J, let's again, in this example, let's say you're A. J knows somebody in the Philippines. So he goes and he puts himself in over there in the Philippines. Automatically, 5 tiers up, starting with J, all go to the Philippines. So H goes to the Philippines, E, B, and A. Now, here's what has to happen.
Explain that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to explain this, okay? You're automatically put into the genealogy in the Philippines. But now, the only thing is, for you to stay there, you have to still qualify the position. Number one, obviously, you got to pay the international permit fee, which isn't that much. You see it here, $59. That's one time. It's done forever. So what we're going to set up for everybody, because this is going to be happening so fast and so quick, is that we will set up so that when somebody goes into the Philippines and there's someone in your downline, it automatically hits your website and says, if you've checked the box that says any country we're going into, you want to be there, it will automatically take you and put you in that country, allow you 3 days, and it's all automated to pay the permit fee, and now you're in that country. Now, you still have to qualify the position to get paid in the Philippines on everything. Team tree, quick pay, coded bonus, all that stuff. Legacy tree obviously is separate. Legacy tree is one world genealogy. Everybody gets paid on everything that happens all over the world. So what would happen then is you go in, and now once you'll meet your qualifications, which is still the same thing of getting 3 IBOs back in the United States, at that point in time, you start earning all these commissions over the Philippines. But what's cool about this is that it's actually taking, instead of just taking the one person, Jay, that knew some of the Philippines, it's taking those people above too. And so they have a chance then to earn from what that person is doing in the Philippines. So this is kind of a cool thing. Yeah. But what's more exciting about this, guys, you have to realize what happens one way happens the other way. What's also going to be happening is when people in the Philippines want to come to the United States, the same thing's going to happen. So what if, and again, they just take the first open spot. Well, if that spot happens to be somewhere in your genealogy, your downline, and they come in and take that spot, all those people from the Philippines are carried in with them, and then that person starts building. So you basically have somebody that came from outside your organization in the Philippines back to your organization here in the United States. But guys, here's the cool thing about this. You have to make it happen one time to go, into the Philippines. But think what's going to happen in the years and years and years to come. All the people in the Philippines are going to keep coming into the United States. Absolutely. They're going to be falling in your organization somewhere. They're outside your organization falling in. So it's one of the things I've always believed in, this idea of having people from outside organizations coming into your organization. But with the 5-up, we've also protected those when you go the other way, so you still get the benefit. Right. So it's the coolest thing in the world. And now there's a second way to come in. The second way is just an indirect enrollment. For example, let's say that nobody in your organization or nobody's going to the Philippines, but you want to be in the Philippines. Well, you can do what you see in red here, number 5. All that happens there, we call that the indirect enrollment. All that is we take you pay the international permit fee, you go over, you're placed in the genealogy, next open spot, wherever that happens to be, you're placed in the genealogy. As soon as you have your 3 IBOs back here in the United States, now you're qualified to start earning money in the Philippines. And as that organization builds underneath of you from other people, you're getting paid on it. Wow. So that's the kind of it. That's what we're going to be using on a worldwide basis. So But when everybody really starts to get in, we'll create more graphs and more illustrations around this as we go. So it really kind of tells the story completely and very easily.
And really, guys, what I like about this, what I really like about this is it allows everybody else to kind of get in on it. So when you see somebody who's got a really big opportunity, who's within those five levels, who's got a great building opportunity over in the Philippines, now you get to be a part of that.
You get to be a part of it. You get taken right along for the ride. So it's going to be pretty amazing. And that's going to happen when you talk about, again, this happening over and over and over again. But it's not just, again, one's going to
it's a ride. It's not a free ride. It's a ride, though. It's an opportunity to get on board, pay the fee, get to work. And when we all work, we all grow. And that's what's exciting.
And we grow every country, then we're all successful, guys. And, of course, the legacy tree, it doesn't matter where you come from in the world. It helps feed, revenues into the legacy tree.
Yep.
So that's really cool. So we want to explain that tonight. Now, this is actually the training that I was going to be doing tonight. I guess I'll go ahead and do the training since it's up there right now.
Sure.
It's short and sweet, but I promised that I would do some training tonight.
Well, before we jump, I want to these additions, these really, really necessary additions to get this 5 up in place, because we really want to do this the right way and give everybody a good shot at this. So it's actually going to hold up the programming another week and a half.
Yeah, but it's not going to make it.
Plus or minus. I will do my best to keep you informed, but the date's going to jog just a little bit. So
because we have to program all this to work.
And that's kind of, again, it's part of the process. When you get in and you go, okay, now we see these opportunities. Now we want to figure out how to share these opportunities with everybody and get the most opportunity for the most amount of people in this company, because that's what it's all about here. So, but I wanted to just put that out there. And full transparency.
Right. So. So, guys, again, all this is just makes for a better opportunity for everybody. And, that's what we want to try to do always, is just make it better and better. So
that's right.
With that, let me get into a little training. Now, this is something I did in Atlanta. And so for those in Atlanta, you've seen this already, but a lot of you have not. But I actually believe this is the simplest business in the world to build. And I think sometimes people overcomplicate it. And it really is as easy as what I'm getting ready to show you. And one of the great things about this little simple training is it makes you realize the power of what you have in your hands right now. And but it starts with you. You have to do something to start the process. So what this thing says is very simple. To start with, this is your action step. This is what you need to do every month. I mean, and this isn't much, passing out 10 VIP cards a month. I really believe if you pass out 10 VIP cards, and again, part of that key is make sure they get activated, share the story enough to know that this is a real value, a real benefit to people, because once they see that, they're going to be very excited. If you do that, I think the worst case scenario you're looking at is exactly this, is from those 10 cards you pass out, this is what you want. At least one will convert to a VIP, from a VIP card user to an IBO. Now, I know people that are really good at this. They can probably convert 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of every 10 they give out, because they're just so excited and so passionate about it. But even if you're not, or you're kind of a person that's kind of quiet, you just get the cards out and say, here's a great option. Do you travel? Yes, I do. And you hand somebody the card, because that's all I do. I sometimes I'm amazed how simple it is. Every day that I ever say, and I meet somebody and I say, do you travel? They always tell me yes, because everybody does. And everybody takes a vacation. I don't care whether you're rich or poor. Everybody takes one trip. When I do that, what happens inevitably is they're excited about the card, but then when you leave them, as you're leaving that person, you say, and by the way, when you save that $200, I'm going to make it $100. Or if it's $2,000 card, when you save $2,000, I'm making $1,000. You just opened the door of this conversion idea, of conversion from hey, just want to be a VIP card user to being an IBO. But the reason I wanted to show this to you is because this is very simple. This is something everybody can do. Just pass out the cards. Let the conversion happen. You'll get at least one. I think you can get 2, 3, 4, 5 if you really work. But just say it's one, okay? Just one. I want you to look at this. This little example right here is based on you putting in one IBO every month, all right? One a month from handing out the 10 cards. And then all you're going to do is share the same training with anybody else. Say, this is all you got to do. You don't need to. I mean, it's wonderful if somebody wants to put out 100 cards or 1,000 cards in a month. Great, go do it. But hey, on a conservative side, you can do at least this much. Because, again, it's just anybody you come in contact with. My wife, a perfect example, I'm leaving home this morning, the plumber was coming in. And he started talking about traveling. I mean, I mentioned something, I probably brought it up somehow, because he all of a sudden started talking about taking vacation and going play. And I told my wife, I said, make sure you give him a card. Of course, I will. And I guarantee you by the time I get home, she says, oh, I gave him the card. And I don't even know what his response was. My guess is if she told me anything about what the card can do, he's probably already wanting to know more about getting involved in the business. But look at this, guys. Let's say this is the month of January, okay? And you put out your one card, right? It's you, and you put out the 10 cards, and you got one IBO converted, right? So what have you got in your organization right now? You got a total of 2 IBOs. Well, you know, you look at that and go, wow, I got 2 IBOs after a month. You know, me and one other. Well, but look what happens if you continue to do the same thing and you teach other people to do the same thing. The next month, in February, you put out your one, right? Okay. And again, obviously, you're having the people you got do the same thing. So now what you end up with is you end up with 4 IBOs when it's all said and done, because you've got yourself, the one person, the 2 makes 3. So now you got a total of 4. Look what happens in the next month. The next month, you still put out your 1. All right. And again, you've got those 4 each doing the same thing. So now you got 8 all total. So look how this thing starts to add up, guys.
To build that organization.
Yeah, it just starts to build. Okay. Now, again, there's only 16 people total in your organization in April. Here's May. Here's June. Here's July. Again, you're putting in one person and teaching everybody else to do the same thing. Here's September. Here's October. Now, you get to 1,000 people, and this is in what, 10 months, right? That's 10 months. That's not a bad organization. But look what happens in the next 10 months doing the exact same thing. And this is where, for me, I got this early on in life. And I realized that if you understand the power of numbers, it's not difficult, because remember, this all started with you doing what? 1. Never doing more than 1 person a month. People think, oh, I got to get 10, I got to get 20, I get 30. No, you don't.
Right.
Be consistent, get 1. Look what your organization's doing now in November, now December, now January. And again, this is still based on everybody just getting the 1, nothing more than that. Aren't these numbers starting to look ridiculous? So what that says is what you would have from starting with just that 1 IBO, and you get the 1, you got 2 after the first month, and then you do the same thing. Look what would happen. You would have that many IBOs. Now, remember, what's really important is it's not the number of IBOs you have, it's the number of customers that all those IBOs have.
Yeah.
Because that's where you make the money from. And obviously, your IBOs are going to have all kinds of customers, all kind of VIP card users, all kind of people shopping the network. So it generates you a tremendous, tremendous income. You know, I shared this with everybody in Atlanta. And I said, most people, when they look at this, say, that's impossible. That can't be done. It's impossible. And when somebody says that, I said, you're absolutely right. It can't, because you believe it can't. But if you believe you can, guess what happens? It will happen. I've always said you actually become what you think about. And that's a great, I use that all the time, but I believe that in my heart of hearts. You become what you think about. So if you think you can't do something, you can't do it. If you think you can, guess what happens? You do, because you'll keep doing the things necessary for that to happen. So if your job is as simple as passing out 10 VIP cards and put in your 1, and then teaching that to say that's the method of duplication for everybody. Just get out 10. You want to do 100,000, be my guest, but 1's good enough. 10 cards, getting your 1 conversion every month. Look where you're at, guys. And I don't care what the number looks like after 20 months. You would have a huge organization. So again, this is very simple. It's very duplicatable. It's something that anybody can do. So again, if you're going to build this business, just give yourself a simple goal, a simple objective, and do it. You know, I started doing this myself just for fun, and I'm averaging 1 or 2 or 3 right now a week, and I'm actually not even trying. I was thinking about this, man. I could actually literally, that's how I know how great this business is right now. If I didn't spend 14 hours a day here in the office and just went out into the field and started working and growing, I can't imagine you couldn't put in 100 people a month with just very little effort. Yeah. So again, guys, the opportunity's there. Enough said. Take advantage of it. Train, work on it. Now let's talk about the wholesale shopping network. Back to product.
That's awesome, Mark. No, I love to hear that. That really is. It really is that simple. It's just quality, and that they say quality, not quantity. That's quality and quantity.
Yeah.
The more quality you put in there, you get those cultivated leads, and you get people in. They bring people in,
and you teach a very simple concept that everybody can do.
Yep. So let's jump back in, guys. I want to show you. Here's another little exposing you guys, showing you guys something new that is actually out in place and ready as we speak. The one and only wholesale shopping network. So this is what it looks like when you log in. And you don't, so you just walking through that.
Yeah.
So all you do is in your dashboard, you go to the link, and you click right into it, and boom, there you are. So you're going to see right there, you go right into our products. And I think I love how clean and how professional this looks. It jumps you right into our initial array of products, nutritionals and skincares and herbal teas, and then product packs. You go in there and you'll see those products. I know Rob brought a bunch of those to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Gave out a bunch of samples. And if you haven't had an opportunity to kind of dive into those products, you really do need to. It's really something special.
And remember, these products are not available to the public. You cannot get these products. They're not. We can't sell them to the public. They can only be purchased through the shopping network if you're a platinum subscriber or an IBO.
Yep.
Now, an IBO only gets 15%.
Right.
Somebody that's an IBO platinum subscriber, they get 40%.
That's right.
Off the actual retail price of these products, sometimes as high as 50%.
So it matters how you enter. There's a different code for an IBO who's using the site versus a platinum subscriber who's using the site. What you'll see as you get in there, start to use it, one thing that is incredibly important in the purchase page, they ask for a subscriber number. We're going to change it so it'll say IBO and subscriber number, but that is how we track the PCV usage. So whoever is using it, they have to put that accurate number in there. So that way we can make sure that it gets where it needs to be. But really nothing, nothing difficult to use at all, just exciting stuff. The next up, so when you go to our sporting events and concerts tab, you're going to be taken to Golden Tickets. Now, Golden Tickets is a really cool site. It is a third-party provider, but what we have is a unique negotiated deal that you guys get. So when you go on there and you start scrolling through, you're going to see some amazing sporting events and concerts and all theater events and all kinds of great stuff. It is up and running right now. We were looking at some Masters tickets, and I saw, unfortunately, we're going to be too busy, but we can dream too. But no, so you go in there, and then you'll put the code in, and actually we'll
actually, I didn't tell you where I'm going. I'm sorry.
Oh, you are? All right. Somebody should do it.
No.
So, and you apply that code, and it brings that price down substantially every time. So just another really, really awesome benefit that we've talked about. And then this is really, really cool for the IBOs out here. So this is the IBO Store. It's our private IBO only access store that we talked about. You go on there, and again, this looks really professional and clean and awesome. And it's got all of the IBO business promotion products that we have in there. We're talking about apparel. We're talking about shirts and, dress shirts. We're talking about branded gear, hats. There's a great array of products that are on there now. We're going to continue to build and add more. And then you have the print shop. So you can go on the print shop and you can get all your cards. You can get all your, we're going to have to start putting some flyers. I know we also have signage on there. We've got table banners for live events. So here we go. So here's a little taste of some of the products. I love that laptop backpack. That's really awesome. And you can just see some really cool merch that we're starting to put out there. The IBO Store, I love this. This is really, really cool. So you got the table throw and the banners, which are for, when you do your events and your home parties and you do your trade shows and all that kind of great prospecting. This is a really clean, professional piece to give you that image. The vehicle magnets and the decals, those are up there now. And really, I've seen a few of those already out there. John Spitaleri has one on his car. It's awesome. And just great ways, pens and business card Dropbox, and just really, really great things to be able to let you feature exactly, kind of build your IBO presence. And so I'm really excited to have that. And that is in place, and that works right now, guys.
So there you go, man. You got the shopping network and your IBO store, and we're going to close this thing with just something that obviously people have been looking for and wanted to see back up again, which is the ranks and rewards. Now, what happens as you start to go from garnet to tiger to fire opal, sapphire to ruby, and obviously these are just pins of recognition that but obviously, you take certain things to qualify to get to those things. But the beauty of it is, as you start to reach these higher levels like emerald and double diamond, triple diamond, what you see is now you start earning a percentage of the company's sales. So you reach emerald, then 1% of all the company CV goes into there and is split between the emeralds that we have. So if there's only one emerald, he gets basically 1% of all the company's sales volume. Same thing when it gets to the next higher level, when you get to diamond or double diamond. Again, you just keep going up, and what's cool about it is when you get to the next higher one, like say, for example, let's jump up here to diamond. Well, not only do you get to 1% of diamond, but you get to keep 50% of your earlier level bonuses. So you're still getting paid out of the emerald pool as you're in the diamond. And then when you go to the next one, same thing happens again. So you keep building up, but you're still getting something from the earlier levels. Wow. So obviously the guy that can hit, these high levels is going to be earning some very significant income as this company continues to grow and prosper. So that's in place now, guys. And I think that's what we've got for tonight, which is plenty.
Well, we got to give away some money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Cash grab. We got to have the cash grab. We got to do that real quick.
Do the honors.
Okay.
But I wanted one thing also. Actually, I did want to address something from an operation standpoint, guys. So there are a number of IBOs out there. Remember, with the new structure that we have, in order to begin to earn and qualify and be a part of the IBO process, there's the business monthly fee. And so in order for you to be qualified and for us to begin to charge that business monthly fee, we'd put up the terms and conditions. That was a kind of a compliance thing, so everybody get a chance to read it, understand what it is. We've also done a lot of messaging in our calls and in our emails, so everybody wraps their head around what that means and what it allows us to do as a company. Because that business monthly fee is an incredibly important piece to being able to provide all of these.
Yeah, as you see, we're adding a lot of benefits, a lot of new marketing material. I mean, we're going at hyperspeed now to give you guys everything you need to build a tremendously successful business, including all these additional websites and the hosting and the ways to make
all that kind of great stuff. But there is a portion of IBOs out there who still have not gone through and selected the terms.
Well, a lot of folks don't go to their back office. They just sit back and wait and collect a check.
Yeah.
But what's going to do is going to start blocking their checks.
Right.
So we don't want that to happen. So
what we're going to do is we're going to be reaching out to, well, first of all, anybody that you know out there, let them know they need to go into their back office. They need to review the terms and conditions. They need to click through and they'll be good to go. We are going to then be putting some of our personnel up here in customer service and have them reach out to the list of people and let them know that essentially this is an auto update that's been going on. The terms and conditions have been up for a while, but at this point, if you want to cancel, then you let us know you're going to cancel, and we won't proceed.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you don't, then we're going to proceed and we're going to start running the business monthly fees. So we want to notify everybody properly and do it as much as possible. But at this point, we've got to start making sure that we're getting people to wake up.
Again, because we don't want people all of a sudden saying, "Where's my check?" If they got a check coming, a lot of you do, but you just never go to your back office. So
exactly.
I mean, I got to tell you, I know a lot of people that are in the business are doing pretty well, and they never check which is amazing to me. How do you build your business without using your back office? But their attitude is just go out and get the cards out, talk to people, and get them in the business.
Which is possible too, but
take the check when it comes in the mail, or when it comes to their account.
You've seen all the great stuff that we're putting in the back office. So anybody that is part of Good Life needs to be in that back office, looking at all the great new aspects that we put in there, and then of course getting familiar with all the benefits and all the wonderful things on the dashboard that you have.
I'm ready.
There you go.
On.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
All right.
I want somebody to take this person out of me.
You know what? It's time for giving away some money. So, guys, here we are.
There's money in this box.
Another great week of this cash grab promotion. We appreciate everybody's hard work, and we love giving away money. That really is. So,
I gotta go ahead.
Who's the lucky winner this week?
I gotta move around here. I want to make sure. I don't want to take the first one. I pick that way. I got a couple.
Oh, you grabbing two?
Yeah, no, I'm going to grab.
He's got his sleeves rolled up. So
I haven't even looked. I have no idea. Here, I'm going to hand it to you. It's upside down. There it is. Who won? It
is Ranjit Hans.
Oh, Randy.
Hey.
How about that?
All
Randy.
Right.
Hello, Randy, man.
Awesome.
Randy and I go back a lot of years, man. He was in my businesses that I've had for the last 10 years. So it's for tremendous, man. So congratulations, Randy.
Randy, you're a get it done guy, man. I appreciate you. That's awesome.
All right, a little cash grab for Randy. I love it.
Grab. Hey, guys.
So I think that's it for tonight, right?
A lot to go over, incredibly inspiring and helpful educational training, a lot to look at from the product standpoint and in your back office.
Don't forget the event Thursday night. Be here. If you're in the surrounding area, come, please. Bring a guest. Remember, your guest got a chance to win a free trip to Cancun.
That's going to be amazing. Yep. So, guys, hope you have a great night. We appreciate you as always. Take care and God bless.
Good night, everybody.